What is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Nathan Dashke, and welcome to a new game we're going to be playing on the channel, The Outer Worlds. Outer Worlds 2 is coming out. I really love this one, but we haven't played it yet on the channel. So that is what we're going to do. Conversation subtitles are on. Show bark subtitles. Show cinematic subtitles. Yes. We'll do text size 4. Let's get to it. Welcome to The Outer Worlds.
Why stay earthbound when prosperity awaits you in the stars? Come to Halcyon, the only colony on the edge of the frontier, owned and operated by corporations. A trip of 10 short years will feel like mere minutes, thanks to the comfort and safety of your very own hibernation chamber. You'll wake up in a perfect society designed to maximize your productivity, with guaranteed full employment. With only a minor term of service, you will become the master of your own destiny when you go out of this world to the Halcyon colony.
Hundreds of thousands of colonists left adrift out here forever, just to keep from damaging the board's bottom line. Disgraceful.
Oh shit, we have to make our character. Okay, so.
2 left feet, huh?
Everything
No
starts
matter,
out
board outlawed
at
dancing years
charm.
ago. Charismatic enough to give the chairman a run for his bits.
Strength should be up. Intelligence should be up. Perception. Health regeneration. Okay, I think we're good here. We'll go next here, and now we can point.
Good. I need someone who can smack a little sense into this colony.
Dialogue. And ranged.
A crack shot. Capital.
I don't feel like reading every single one of these, so we're just gonna see what this has here. Medical. We're gonna go medical.
A physician. Not many of you left.
Male. I guess we're trying to make it look like me, right? What's the closest to... I don't even know what the closest to my fucking face would be. Let's try it. We're trying. Probably that, honestly. I'm white as hell, yep. Got the green eyes. Eye size. Hair. That's literally, like, pretty much my hair. And it's this color brown. Really thin ass eyebrows. Really thin. I have really fucking thin eyebrows. Not thin, but kind of like that, right? Where you can barely see me. And you know, I would want a mustache. No, so I would do that if I could, but sometimes I can't. Do I want to? Freckles, right? I got a ton of freckles. Probably like that. Yeah, that's... Some dirt. A little scarring on the cheek. And we're young as hell. My name... Whoops. Somehow I got cap lock on it. Nathaniel. Let's get it. Oh shit, we're still going. We're good. Yep.
Looks to be your lucky day, my friend.
Please power down your engines and prepare to be...
Not likely, bootlickers. Initiate skip jump.
Status. Structural integrity down 25%. Power levels down to 90%. If drive is
Shit.
inoperable.
Ah, there you are. Wondering what's going on, eh? Bit of bad news there, I'm afraid. Your colony ship was inexplicably knocked out of skip space and forced to complete its journey at sublight speeds. This means that you and every other colonist on the Hope have been in suspended animation for 70 years, give or take. Normally, reviving someone after so long leads to some quite horrifying results. It's called explosive cell death, but it's really more of a liquefaction. Something wrong? Oh, yes, well, not to worry. I've pumped your body full of a special concoction I devised to keep you from dying so horrifically. Hopefully at all, but I guess we'll see, yes? Unfortunately, I used the last of my chemical supplies saving you. I know it's a lot to ask, but I must have your help securing more if we're to save the rest of your fellow colonists. I'd see it done myself, of course, but the board has a sizable bounty on my head. Now, my ship is inoperative, but I've managed to hire a smuggler to help you out. He'll be... Oh, I see we're in position. Good luck! Can you hear me? Is this thing working? Ah, there you are. Now, where were we? Oh, yes, the smuggler. His name is Hawthorne, and he should be waiting for you at the landing site. He's to be your chauffeur, so to speak. Not to worry. I'm told he's a specialist. Dashing gunslinger, one-of-a-kind ship, that sort of thing. You'll like him, I'm sure. I've also outfitted you with a simple wireless monitor, so I can track your progress. I'll check in with you as soon as you land. Good luck. All the colonists are counting on you.
Not as good as I remember them being.
You've landed good.
What's a little better?
Hawthorne
actually.
should be close by. What in
Who's that?
law's name? Is that him? Oh, that idiot. I told him to plant the beacon and move away, not stand there holding it. Oh well,
Whoa.
no sense in letting his ship go to waste.
Alright, here we go.
Hawthorne won't mind you taking his ship. Better you than the board, huh? Not sure I trusted the fellow. Might have gone after the bounty on my head. Shame about the whole squashing thing. Nasty way to go.
Okay. What are we doing? Whoa. It's a dead guy? Alright, with that. Take. He's got nothing else, huh? Okay, so you can sneak in the grass. Awareness meter over an enemy's head. Okay.
frozen for a while. There's bound to be unforeseen side effects.
Okay. That did not feel fucking good. How do I use this? And that's the Adreno. Oh, who are you? Hello.
Hey, you, come here. You've tried the best now. Now try the rest. Spacer's choice. Oh, law, that stings.
Sit still, I'll patch you up.
Looks like the bleeding stopped. I owe you one. Hope you don't mind me omitting this little exchange from my report. Spacer's choice doesn't like us accepting outside help.
So, Spacers what?
Oh, we're all part of the Spacer's Choice family here. Not that I deserve to be. Can't even deliver a company slogan. We were out on patrol. I saw a marauder camp up in the hills. Thought I could take them. Then my gun misfired. Right through my side. I mean, what are the odds of that, right? Just barely scraped by with my life. Crawled in here and blocked off the exit with those canisters.
You're hiding in a cave and you blocked out. Okay, no. What were you doing out here?
Investigating an illegally grounded ship. All spacecraft must arrive and depart from authorized landing pads. That's board law, that is. Some hull had grounded their spacecraft out in the open. That's a real good way to attract marauders. See those canisters by the entrance? Marauders come sniffing around in here, and I can take them all out with a single shot. Not bad, huh?
I've got a better idea. You give me the gun, and I'll help out.
Yeah, okay. You look like you know your way around a gun. Got some spare ammo, not counting the bullet in my side. Here, you can have my saber too, for patching me up and all. All Spacer's Choice weapons are now 30% less likely to malfunction. You've tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's Choice. Yes, nailed it that time.
Can you, tell me where the hell I am?
You hit your head or something? You're in Emerald Vale. We're a Spacer's Choice community. Edgewater's a little ways down. Prettiest place in the Vale. Be sure to stop by a provisioner's for a can of our famous salt tuna.
Okay, do you know anything about the Hope?
The Hope? Is that some sort of fancy new drug? Are you with Auntie Cleo or something? Don't take this the wrong way or nothing, but I'm not allowed to fraternize with Cleo workers. Company policy.
You have a good day. Okay, we got a gun.
Damn it, my ears! Oh, what just happened? Can you hear me? What in the hell? This...
God damn it. Did not mean to do that. Oh, I got a dodge. Okay. Okay, tactical time dilation. Oh, fuck. Nope. Don't even touch me. Oh god, we can start looting and taking shit. Hacking and lockpicking. What is this? I don't have what I need, huh? Okay, I could actually probably get enough, honestly. If we just look around here. Fish sticks. Does this not open up? You gonna have it on you? Light pistol. Still can't do it. That's okay. Let's what's the this menu look like here? Journal, map, character. Okay. Oh, that's fucking awesome. It reminds me of the Fallout 76 sort of VATS. Not really though, it's kind of just a slow-mo. It's still really cool though. I enjoy it. It feels nice, alright. I'm putting my gun up. You look friendly.
Hey! Get over here before you get yourself killed!
Hello.
Don't know where you came from, stranger, but you best keep your head down. There's marauders hereabouts, and worse, landing violators. Gall on that rung leech. Landing in the Vale without using an official Spacer's Choice landing pad. I'd slap him with a fine if it weren't for all these marauders shambling about.
So I heard I found one of your teammates holed up in a cave.
Really? How is he?
He'll make it. I helped him with the pain.
Shouldn't have done that. Spacer's Choice family ain't authorized to receive medical aid from off-brand physicians. We'll see him back to Edgewater, just as soon as I cross these marauders off with the swift, cost-efficient fury that's made Spacer's Choice the most trusted brand in personal defense. I just, you know, need a couple of winks to catch my breath. Stretch my legs, son.
Do Spacer Choice guards back down from a challenge?
Well, sometimes. Management's real good at cost-benefit analysis. But, seeing as I'm the acting manager in this situation, you know what? You're right. It's time we cross those marauders off, find whoever owns that ship, and file a full report. Then it's gonna be fucking laminated.
Here
Oh
we go.
shit, here we go. Are we good? Oh fuck, I keep pressing A to collect all the goodies, but it's not A.
This is gonna take a lot of paperwork.
Am I allowed to have this ship? Okay. Alright, what's up?
This is gonna take a lot of paperwork.
I guess we just want to try to go in.
Please be
Okay.
informed that this vessel contains no valuable plunder.
Hello.
Hello, Marauder. I am Ada, the autonomous digital astrogator of this vessel. Please be informed that I am authorized to use violent retribution against unwanted solicitors. Please return any misappropriated equipment and exit this vessel in an orderly fashion. Failure to do so will result in your immediate destruction.
What are you going to do? Self-destruct?
Jettison procedures initiated. Disengaging airlocks. Preparing to reject all boarding parties in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Is something supposed to be happening?
You are still here. My deception protocols have failed. I have been programmed to express disappointment.
Is this a Hawthorne ship?
This vessel is the registered property of Captain Alex Hawthorne. I am incapable of accepting orders from anyone other than Captain Alex Hawthorne.
Hawthorne's dead.
I understand. I will require some time to process this information. Thank you for your patience and for your honesty. I am programmed to take orders exclusively from Captain Hawthorne. If I accept your orders, then you must be Captain Hawthorne. Do you understand?
Yes.
Well done, Captain Hawthorne. I see your powers of deductive reasoning remain intact. Unfortunately, our engine is currently inoperable. Our main drive suffered a critical power failure, and we were forced to make an emergency landing. The main drive's power regulator has been irreparably damaged and must be replaced.
I mean, I doubt I'll find a part like that just sitting in a garage.
Astutely observed. However, the probability of locating a power regulator within a worker settlement falls within acceptable parameters of certainty. High-capacity power regulators are sometimes employed in the electrical networks of worker settlements. I have taken the liberty of printing you a new Captain's Identity cartridge. Please try not to lose it this time. This cartridge identifies you, Alex Hawthorne, as the registered proprietor and captain of the Unreliable. Do you understand?
Captain Hawthorne. I like it.
Thank you. I appreciate your cooperation. Best of luck in your search for a power regulator. Try to stay alive this time.
Whoa! Big boy level up here. Okay, so we get to pick a skill here. Chill out. Let me pick my skill. What do we got here? Boom. More base health. And then what? How does this work? Oh, we get to put multiple. Range. Just for now. Okay. I don't think I have. Okay.
The navigation console is offline at this time, Captain.
This is a nice little ship. Here we go. I think this lady's gonna question me and be like, where are your papers?
Say, this wouldn't happen to be your ship, would it? Because you sure walked in it like it was your ship. And if this ship is yours, well, mister, you owe Spacer's Choice a hefty fine. I'm afraid we gotta dock your pay.
You got it all wrong. I'm a Starship Safety Inspector.
Oh, by the law. I'm so sorry. I had no idea we had an inspector coming. If you'd like to speak with my manager, I'd report to Constable Reyes in Edgewater. Edgewater's not too far. Just follow the road east of here, over past the cemetery. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to inspect the crime scene before I make my report.
Take care. Nice. So where are we headed? Edgewater. To speak to the town leader. Nice. I believe that's Edgewater right there. How big is this fucking map, huh? Oh, it's not too big. It's decent sized. So I'm pretty sure I played this game a really long time ago, so I don't remember everything that happens and all that, but I remember it just having a whole bunch of different like planets. And so it's open world. The planets are open. But you have to use your ship to travel to the different planets. I keep pressing fucking A to try to loot fuckers, but it's not A. No marauders, right? No marauders. Marauders. Am I saying this right? Marauders. Okay. Edgewater! And I'm assuming... I don't know, actually. Who are you? Silas.
Whoa, hey. Where'd you come from? Don't go ambling out in those hills. That's marauder territory, friend.
How do you know I'm not a marauder?
You talk too pretty for a marauder. Most of them just grunt and yell. Ain't safe out here. You'd best head into town. Avail yourself of Edgewater's high walls. And low prices.
Nice to meet you. Alex Hawthorne, Captain of the Unreliable.
Pleased to make your acquaintanceship. I'd shake your hand, but I've been hauling corpses. You don't want none of that on you. Name's Silas. Junior in humor for the town of Edgewater. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family.
So, who would I need to talk to about a power regulator?
Definitely not the junior in humor, that's for sure. If you've got business inquiries, you should stop by Reed Thompson's office. He's up in the tower above the cannery. Head into town, follow the road. Look, you obviously ain't a worker. What's your racket? You a smuggler? Freelancer?
Depends on the work. You offer me a job? Or first side quest?
Edgewater is a company town, board-owned and operated. That includes the cemetery. None of us own our grave sites. We rent them from the company. Renting means money. Money means paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Some of our families become a mite delinquent in paying their dues, you see?
So you're making people pay for their own graves?
Company policy. If it was up to me, I'd put the whole town 10 feet under, free of charge.
And why can't you do this yourself?
Quotas, mostly. Got a backlog of graves to fill. Bodies won't bury themselves, you know?
Fuck it, why not?
4 workers still haven't paid up. Phyllis, Conrad, Ludwig, and Martin Abernathy. He's a special case. You may want to twist his arm a little.
Why?
He just is. Look, I don't want to get into it. Just make sure he pays up.
And where exactly can I find all these people?
Conrad's got a barbershop in town. Phyllis works at the cannery most hours. Abernathy... I ain't seen him in a few days. His domicile is near the cannery. You'll find him in town. All except Ludwig, that is. He's over by the landing pad.
Alright, I got a few more questions.
Yeah?
How long have you been junior in humor?
Hang on, I'm doing some math in my head. 20, 30, carry the 1... all my life? Work's been real good to me. Fresh air, exercise. Only problem is the paperwork. Can't get anybody to pay their gravesite fees.
So you lose a lot of people to marauders?
Former people, yeah. Marauders been raiding my graves, you see. Hence the armed guards.
What are they after, loot?
Oh no. They are after the most precious loot of all. Spacer's Choice Company property. If those marauders swipe any more bodies out of my cemetery, company's gonna duck my pay.
Well, this town must be in pretty bad shape if it keeps you, or if it's keeping you employed, which is true, because that means fuckers are dying.
You could look at it that way, I suppose. You could look at us and say, Los Edgewater Saps lost near every soul to plague. But you'd be wrong. We're survivors. Loyal company folk, brave in the wilds.
So you're not worried about getting sick, ever?
Every now and again, a virulent plague sweeps through our town. That's life on the frontier, I suppose. A body grows accustomed.
Nice, good day. Hey, he was an interesting foe. Whoops, wrong button. I always hit the wrong button. Okay. Oh, that's the codex. Got it. Why? Why does it make me read all of this? It's gonna bother me if I don't get all these fucking stars off. You understand, right, guys? Because if I don't get all these stars off, I'm just trapped here. So I think what we're gonna do for the first of this episode, we're gonna explore Edgewater, talk to all the folks, end it with talking to the main big boss, and then from there, we will end the episode and start doing some missions next episode. Where do I enter? Oh, hold X. Emerald Vale. This is our first little town we're gonna be exploring, and I guess we just get started, right? Here we are.
Keep your distance, friend. Sick house is no place for a traveler.
Oh, who are you?
I appreciate the company and all, but you really ought to leave. You don't want to be seen around me.
Why?
Because I'm sick. You don't want to associate with people in the sick house. We're not worth your time. I'm in about as much trouble as I can be. No reason you ought to be tarnished by association. People are gonna talk.
I don't mind.
I don't know which company you work for, but if it's Spacer's Choice, boss can still write you up for fraternizing with an incompetent worker. Maybe you don't know this, but there's a real simple reason you don't talk to the plagued. You don't want what we've got.
I got some training. I could take a look at you.
Don't. Please. I could get into a lot of trouble.
Come on, you need it.
That's kind of you to say, I suppose. But I don't need help. What I need is to understand my own folly. Company always tells us weak spirits lead to weak bodies. If I didn't want to fall sick with plague, maybe I should have worked harder. Maybe I should have taken more pride in my work.
Don't blame yourself. This chick she's falling into it.
I really wish you wouldn't say those sorts of things. I told you once already. People could be listening. I'm feeling a touch faint. If you don't mind, I'd like to be alone for a spell.
My bad, I had to answer my mother here. Okay. Barbershop. Hello, hello, hello. Conrad, I think I have to collect money from you.
Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs. Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness.
Relax, bro, I'm clean.
So everyone says, until someone forgets to cough into their elbow, and then we're all dying of plague. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment.
Prepare my remains for what?
Burial, in the unfortunate event of a fatality. It's what a barber does. We make you presentable.
Speaking of burials, Silas sent me to collect your fees.
Ah, gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary situation precludes the necessary restitutions.
So you're broke.
As broke as pie crust, friend. Bidless, indigent, destitute. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss my body into a ditch.
Oh, don't be so hard.
I have to be, if only to prepare myself for my inevitable dressing down at the hands of corporate. Tell Silas I can't afford to pay, and that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. With my apologies.
Yeah, there we go. Just give Silas an IOU.
Not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of lucky clippers. No, that won't do. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Silas. I'm open to suggestions. Much obliged. What can I do for you?
You sound like you've had some training. I know a thing or two about medicine.
Oh? Am I in the company of a fellow doctor?
Only if we use the term doctor loosely.
I am a Spacer's Choice certified surgeon, and if you must know, I can stitch a severed thumb with a 58% chance of avoiding gangrene.
Nice. Well, I'm looking to repair my ship. You know, what advice? Anything?
A ship? Dear me. You seem to have lost the ability to distinguish between reality and fantasy. This is what happens when you let your imagination run wild. I don't approve of fantasizing. It's a dreadful habit, corrosive to the mental faculties. You ought to let the vicar take a look inside your head.
Your vicar?
Vicar Maximilian, our man from the OSI, here to spread the message of scientism like a soothing balm upon a feverish head. Or so you'd expect. You'll find him in our local church, probably neglecting his duties.
So you don't like him much?
He doesn't seem to like us much. The vicar has not been with us long, and in his relatively short tenure in Edgewater, gives off the distinct whiff of superiority.
Well, I got some questions.
Go ahead.
You seem pretty enthusiastic about this place.
Edgewater has been good to me. I consider myself privileged to work here. I am never wanting for work, not since the plague started.
What do you know about this plague?
The plague's come at us with a vengeance this year. Lost 6 workers in as many months. I wouldn't call them good workers, mind you. If they were any good, they'd have been treated. Still, it is a shame.
What are the symptoms?
Fever, chills, fatigue, aching, vomiting, an excess of phlegm, a tendency towards belly aching.
So why don't you treat all of your workers?
Company policy, friend. We don't have enough medicine to treat all of us, so we treat the best among us.
And whose idea was that?
Mr. Thompson's brainchild. Have you met him yet? Thoughtful-looking fellow, stares out of his office most hours.
You have a good day. He's a interesting guy, that's for sure. Okay, we have a bar
Have your rations
here.
yet?
Yep. 2 whole cans of salt tuna.
Okay, what is this? Emerald Vale General Store. Hello, Julius Moreo.
It's not the best choice, it's Spacer's choice. And before you ask, I'm all out of deluxe salt tuna. All I've got is gourmet.
I need to fix a ship. You know where I can find parts?
You ought to go have a talk with the boss, Reed Thompson. He's up in his tower above the cannery.
Okay, I got some questions.
Go right ahead.
What's your take on this place?
What, you mean Edgewater? That's a peculiar question. This a test? Am I being tested right now? It's, fine and dandy. Couldn't be happier. Wouldn't want to spend my life working anywhere else. Prettiest little town on Terra 2.
Telling yourself that won't make it true. Let's be a dick.
You are condescending to me, and I do not care for it. I am lucky to have my work, lucky to be alive. I don't get paid for banter. Was there something you needed?
Yeah.
Go right ahead.
I got more questions. Anyone I should watch out for?
Other than yourself? Definitely the vicar. Don't get me wrong. He seems a decent man, cut from church cloth, knows his scriptures. But there's something about him that bothers me. Like he's not one of us. Sometimes I suspect he doesn't even want to be here.
Anyone else?
I'd keep a few paces between myself and Miss Holcomb, the town mechanic, since her dear father left the workforce. No ill intent in her, mind. Just a queer sort, restless, scatterbrained, inclined to do first and think after, if you take my meaning.
Interesting. That everyone I should know about?
Amelia. Definitely Amelia Kim. I advise against stepping foot in her drinking establishment altogether. Word is, they're gonna replace her with an auto-mechanical barkeep. She's... what's the word? Obsolete. You don't want to associate yourself with that kind of person.
So about this plague that's supposed to be going around.
Plague? I don't know anything about a plague. We are the very picture of hot-blooded physical vigor.
You done being delusional, or should I wait?
I take umbrage with your choice of phrase. We ain't sick, we're rugged. Some of us who get sick are liable to exaggerate the conditions of that sickness, but the fact is, if you work hard, you have got no cause to worry.
Okay, and what do you mean by that?
Survival of the fittest. It ain't just a law of nature, it's company policy. Medical treatment is commensurate with our value to society. Spacer's Choice will dispense medicine for the indispensable worker. Natural selection at work.
I guess so. Seems fair, right? Natural selection. That's the way it was meant to be.
It is better than fair. It's company policy. Listen, you mind if we talk about something else? Rambling about company policy gets me feeling all lightheaded.
Yes, actually, I really want to see how
Music
the
to my
trading
ears.
works in this game. Okay, I want to sell. I got tons of blades to sell. This. Whoops. And buy. What are we buying here? I can't even buy that, can I? Wait. Oh, it cost me too much. But we're close. We can maybe buy it soon. Alright, we got a bar over here. Hello.
You read the latest report?
I don't know you.
Oh, she's cute. Alex Hawthorne, Captain of the Unreliable.
Uh-huh. The Unreliable, you say? Never heard of any company supply ship with that particular name. I don't know what you're about, but this here's a Spacer's Choice drinking establishment. We're all loyal, hard-working company folk here.
Something going on here that I should know about?
Am I that easy to read? Yeah, we've been having some problems lately. Loyalty issues, lines in the sand. I know where folk in Edgewater stand. But you, I don't know you. If you're gonna have a drink, I'd like to ask that you do it within the premises. Can't have you taking drinks over to those deserters.
What's this about deserters?
Traitors. The lot of them. Bunch of folks decided they were tired of working and went out into the wilds to fend for their own selves. Town's already struggling to make quotas, even without that band of slackwits abandoning their posts. Bunch of lazy, shiftless rung leeches. Anyway, enough about them. What can I do for you?
Just felt like chatting.
Go ahead.
Okay, let's see what we got here. So, what's your story?
I don't see how that's any of your business.
Come on.
You're the first to ask after me in some time. I'll give you that. But I don't have a story to share. My family's worked Spacer's Choice for 2 generations, and I've lived in Edgewater just about all my life. Wanted to work in the sciences once upon a time. Would you believe it? That was a wild fancy. Glad I disabused myself.
So you had a dream of being a scientist. What happened?
What happened, you ask? What always happens when you're dreaming? I woke up. I just didn't have the brains for it. Asked too many questions. Wasn't suited to the work. So I did the right thing and worked the life I was always meant to live. Now that I'm behind a bar, I can ask all the questions I want. Important ones. Like, when are you gonna pay your tab? And would you like another round of cold, refreshing 0G?
But asking questions is the foundation of science. The best scientist asks too many.
Don't talk to me that way, please. Spent many years disabusing myself of that notion. Don't need you putting it back in my head. Lab work ain't for me. Never was. Never will be. Spacer's Choice put me where I belong, and for that, I am grateful.
Well, sounds like they took good care of you then.
They did. They gave me a life, gave me a purpose. This is where I belong.
So you've been scrubbing dishes all your life?
What's wrong with that? It's good, honest work. Pots and pans don't scrub themselves. Glasses don't fill themselves either. Unless you're in Byzantium. I hear everything's automated there. Not that I'll ever find out.
Thanks.
Not so fast. I told you about my life. Your turn to tell me
shit.
about yours.
She wants to know. She wants to know
So,
too.
what's your story?
Oh, you're gonna make me say it. You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
That right? Prove it.
The last survivor of colony ship Hope. Everyone else is from Joining me on this planet with no way out other than a broken down ship. That sounds good.
Sounds as if you've been keeping questionable company. Or spinning a tale? You're right. I don't believe you. I'd advise you to keep that story unsaid. Don't want people thinking you're a loon.
Okay, but what if I told you I just got shot into space by crazy scientists?
Ugh, is this the start of a joke? If you want me to laugh at your jokes, it's a 3-drink minimum.
I wish it was a joke, honestly. I don't know where I am.
Most folk forget where they're standing after a few drinks. Seems to me you've got a head start. Anyhow, whatever happens outside the walls is not my business. Only deserters and marauders wander out there, and I cannot tell you which I revile more. My world is these 4 walls, that door, and a row of mugs that need cleaning.
It almost sounds like you're afraid.
Let me make something clear. Spacer's Choice has been real good to me. The town's been real good to me. I start gallivanting around outside the walls, poking around in places I shouldn't be, learning things I've got no right to know. People will talk. Won't ever catch me asking about the world outside. Else the town's gonna say Amelia's gone soft. That Amelia's pondering desertion. I don't want that.
I think it's a mistake living your life on everyone else's term.
There you go with that thinking again. Didn't anyone ever tell you it's dangerous? I've said enough. People come here to drink their problems away. If they wanted to face their problems, they'd go see our vicar.
You have a good day. Well, she was a fun, decent gal to talk to, so if I look here on my map, we're currently in Edgewater. And we went to the barber shop. What's this place?
Yes, Mr. Thompson.
Oh, it's Abernathy.
I'm fine, Mr. Thompson. Never been healthier. Whoa, did Mr. Thompson send you? Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely not plagued. As spry as a spring chicken. That's old Abernathy.
You want to tell me what's got you so nervous, buddy?
You some sort of wandering alienist? Walking into a man's own domicile, pestering him about his mental state?
So you're, Martin Abernathy.
What? No. I mean, I might be. That depends on who's asking.
Silas. He sent me. You owe money.
So Silas can afford a hired thug, but I still gotta pay him a burial tax. Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. That's why he wants me to pay up. He knows.
Do we want to play into it? He told me everything. How long did you think you could keep a secret like this?
Sounds like he's already told you. You may as well hear it from me. I'm dying. And not long for this world. The date of my expiration is fast approaching. And soon I shall be ushered through the great cannery in the skies. It's plague. Has to be. Silas knows. He knows I got one foot in my grave, and now he wants to charge me for the other one.
You're being paranoid.
I am? Law, help me. Paranoia is one of the plague's known symptoms. I'll pay your fees. I don't want any trouble from Silas. But if you could see a way to freelancing for me, I could really use the help.
How can I, help?
There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what we got, anyway. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back to me.
I'll do it!
You oblige me with your haste. I think I feel the plague spreading. Oh, law, it's in my spleen now. I can feel it.
Anything I should know about this community center?
Just keep your head down when you're in there. Marauders have taken over. Probably tracking mud all over the archives.
You know, you're really taking a risk on me. If you want me to do this.
I know that, but I got nobody else to turn to. Reed would have wrote me up. Constable would have locked me up and wrote me up. Could have gone to see the good vicar, but I never did find my courage.
You have a good day. Alright, we got a new quest to help him out.
You're making a mistake working for Abernathy.
What? Who are you?
Excuse me. I'm Esther Blaine, Spacer's Choice Actuary. I overheard your talk with Abernathy. I hope you're not thinking about getting him that medicine. Abernathy is a well-known hypochondriac. Anthracillin is wasted on him. You're better off selling it to me instead.
He's got symptoms of something. You're saying it's psychosomatic?
All I'm saying is Abernathy's worked in this town longer than some of us been alive. How do I put this gently? He's got a lot of cobwebs up in his attic.
So what do you need it for, then?
I probably shouldn't tell you. Don't want you implicated for what I'm trying to do.
Come on, tell me.
All right, here's a summary. A lot of sick people in this town, and we don't have the medicine to treat them all. Can't reach out to corporate without crossing a river of red tape, so I'm reaching out to you.
Abernathy's paying me for the trouble. Can you match his offer?
I'm paid better than Abernathy. Whatever he's giving you, I will do you one better.
Alright, I'll consider it.
That's all I can ask of you.
I don't know who to trust here more.
Been eating nothing but salt.
Constable Reyes.
That's the way it goes, I suppose.
Welcome to the Spacer's Choice Constabulary. We are Halcyon's leading brand in frontier justice. The office is writing up promotion. Purchase 3 criminal investigations and the 4th one's free.
I'm looking for some work.
Know how to carry yourself in a fight? I've got bounties out for these 3 marauders. Cross them off and bring me their fingers. Just 1 per marauder, please. I'll dust off the old fingerprint roller.
Yeah, I can do that, but I got some questions.
As long as your questions fall within the acceptable margins of curiosity.
Okay. Does the name Phineas Wells mean anything to you?
His likeness decorates many a wanted poster. Do you have any relevant information about this individual?
Yeah, that's why I'm asking. Looked like there's a bounty on his head.
You are correct. An outstanding bounty has been posted for information pertaining to the whereabouts of Phineas V. Wells.
If the board's paying, I'm willing to collect on that bounty. Never mind. It's okay. I don't want to...
Interesting jumpsuit you've got. And by
Speed
interesting,
it up.
I mean suspiciously reminiscent of contraband. As long as your questions fall within the acceptable margins of curiosity.
My question is... So who do you work for? Spacer's Choice or Edgewater?
If this is a setup to a joke, you should know I've never found anything amusing in my life. I don't serve Edgewater. Edgewater and the entire region of Emerald Vale serve Spacer's Choice.
And who does Spacer's Choice answer to?
Spacer's Choice is a wholly owned subsidiary of Universal Defense Logistics, which occupies a seat on the Halcyon Holdings Corporation, also known as the Board. I must admit it bothers me that you don't already know this.
So you're basically a bureaucrat.
Flattery won't get you anywhere with me. The bureaucracy is a noble profession, but not all of us are gifted enough to serve in it.
One other thing.
Something to report?
No. Alright, you have a good day.
Wish we had some better rations.
Nothing I can do about that.
Where else is there to go, really? What is this? Is this just a house? It appears to be just a house.
Hey, you hear about Wilson?
What is this? Okay, that's the Emerald Vale. Saltuna Cannery? Okay. Who's the who's who in here? You look like a normal person. Vending machine discovered. Where the fuck? Oh, vending machine's right there. Nice. Is there anyone here to talk to or no? No, that looks like a main office. Who are you? Phil Granger.
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy.
Oh, my bad. I'm guessing you're the foreman.
Foreman Granger. Mind those words don't come out of your mouth unless preceded by yes or right away or thank you.
Gravesite fees. Hand them over.
Shit. Silas still on about that? Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment.
These papers aren't signed in your name.
Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill.
So you have to pay for your neighbor's gravesite fees?
If you're not familiar with board law, you ought to be. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame, though. Eugene was a good worker.
And you said he shot himself?
Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's Choice handguns aren't the most reliable.
That's an awful thing to say.
Not half as awful as the bill Eugene left us with. Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism.
You can't be serious.
I'm plenty serious. In fact, I'm a little upset Eugene didn't think things through. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's Choice.
Would have. You didn't?
Look around. Edgewater ain't exactly swimming in luxury. We can't afford to pay the body price of a suicide. All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and the rest of us can get on with our own lives.
Alright, you have a good day. Eugene! You screwed over your company, man. Is that the only person in here to talk to? I think so. Whoa! Oh, you're just a normal cannery worker. Okay. Any more places to go?
I'm sorry. I'll just be a minute.
You had a minute. Next one comes up.
Who are you? Okay. I guess we speak to the vicar and then we go up a story. Where's the vicar? This is Vicar Max.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto, at your service. Or Vicar Max, if you're the sort who prefers brevity. I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling? This season's tossball predictions? The quickest way out of town?
I'm literally just looking for a power regulator, man.
Mechanical tomfoolery is well out of my purview. I suggest you take such matters to Mr. Thompson in the cannery. Oh, and a word of warning. If you're considering wandering around outside the safety of the town, you'd best be cautious.
Why?
Marauders are about. Though if you are planning on venturing outside, I do have a proposition that may interest you. One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting down banned heretical texts. I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale. However, the collector's residence lies outside the town's walls. My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare better than me, I'd pay a handsome sum for the book.
A handsome sum, you say? Tell me a little more.
So you'll consider it. I do appreciate you hearing me out, and, your discretion. It's a handwritten journal, a faded blue cover with the name M'Bakono handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious?
I'm very serious. I'll look for your book, man.
Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
I guess we'll come back and talk to him once we retrieve his book. Well, maybe we do want to learn a little bit about Edgewater. I'm trying to get as much dialogue out of
Any
everyone.
progress on that matter we discussed?
Hey, I got different things to talk about here.
Please get it.
I had something I wanted to ask you.
What would you like to discuss?
How did you know I'm an outsider?
Not to put too fine a point on it, but your choice of wardrobe is not precisely common hereabouts. Also, you lack the distinctive worker gaze. Usually either a deadening behind the eyes, or in some rare cases, a wild-eyed frenzy, like a trapped animal.
You seem quite dismissive of the common man for a spiritual leader.
Oh, nothing could be further from the truth. I'm simply bemoaning the level of spiritual awareness in this town.
Isn't it your job to raise it, though? So this guy's kind of like a preacher, I guess, but he's more in the Scientology realm.
Yes, but there are few who hear me in this miserable place. I must double my efforts to elevate my flock. These are good, hard-working people here.
Hold on a minute. Did you refer to this town as a miserable place?
Yes, and thank you for pointing it out. It is wrong of me to succumb to distress. This place could be so much more, and I will continue in my quest to make it so.
So what sort of spiritual advice do you offer here?
They who are not satisfied with their work are satisfied with nothing. No. How about, work fortifies the spirit. True exhaustion awaits idle hands.
I was kind of asking about what religion.
The OSI teaches that the Grand Architect set a perfect system in motion at the beginning of time. Contentment is found by accepting one's role in that grand plan.
And what does OSI stand for?
The Order of Scientific Inquiry, also known as scientism to the layperson.
So how do you talk to this Grand Architect?
You don't talk to the Grand Architect. Once the universe was set in motion, it stepped back. It has no concern for us.
Doesn't sound very motivational.
We will eventually decode the plan and all its intricacies. Once we are able to deduce the properties of every particle in the universe and its trajectory, we will know everything. The future, the past, each person's place within the plan, all will be laid out before us, removing struggle and bringing peace. No one will ever need question their path again. Some even believe this ultimate knowledge will unlock mankind's true potential, and we will all become akin to Grand Architects ourselves, after a fashion.
How does that work?
Well, first there's the matter of the secret blood rites and animal sacrifices. I'm kidding. Seriously, though, to truly understand the metaphysics involved takes years of study and contemplation.
Well, you have a good day. Alright, you know, he was yapping for damn sure, but, it's finally time we speak to Reed Thompson. Let me make sure we hit
Wonder
all
if
these
the
other
plague's ever
places.
gonna pass.
Looks as if we did.
Word fortifies the spirit.
We hit the Saltuna Cannery. We hit the Vickers Church. And yeah, we just gotta go speak to Reed Thompson, and then we're gonna end this episode. Here we go. The big man in the sky.
The grease monkey, Argo? Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself.
Are you Reed? I was told I should talk to you. I guess I'll wait till you're finished.
You were saying, Miss Holcomb.
It's just what Bess needs is a proper refurbish. I can bandage her up and what all, but she's just old. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'll do better.
And I do wish you'd stop referring to our cannery as Bess. Personification of company property is strictly contrary to the Spacer's Choice Code of Conduct. My apologies. I am not in the habit of allowing my guests to witness such a row. Now, what can I do for you?
I was told I should talk to you.
I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform.
What are you talking about?
Shirt, pants, work boots, company-approved colors. The, honorable apparel of a loyal worker?
Let's skip all this small talk. I got a ship in need of a power regulator.
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process.
Frying myself?
Oh, yes. Saw someone put his hands on a regulator while the power was running. His legs were still twitching when we buried him. There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way.
When you say mostly abandoned, what does that mean?
I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there.
Okay.
The people living in the botanical labs. They're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town.
How will I recognize her?
Adelaide's older than the other deserters. She's dignified, kindly. From what I understand, her camp looks to her for leadership.
So why did these people leave in the first place?
That reason was me. I asked too much and pushed too hard. But I am ready to make amends if they are willing to return to the fold. We belong to one community, the Spacer's Choice family. If we dissolve into factions, then we will all perish separately. Adelaide will understand that.
Alright, I'll see what I can do, man.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented and may prove useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
Hell yeah, we got our first companion.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
Peace out. Whoa. So I have my first companion. Pavarotti. Journal. guess. What? You got? I got questions.
If you
here,
could
Ryan.
see your way to getting us our power back, I'd appreciate it. Go ahead.
I just have questions. Have you taken a look around your town lately?
It is my job to keep two eyes on my town. I am the steward of this place, and this is my watch post.
So, how long have you worked here?
I'm trying to remember, 25 years, 26. When you get to my age, the years just rush by. You stop counting altogether. I remember looking out this window and seeing the veils spread out from horizon to horizon. We were a sprawling town. We were booming. Times change, people change, but the veil will always be here. Spacer's Choice will always be here. Our work won't ever end. I take comfort in that.
I think your town has fallen to pieces.
I wish you wouldn't say things like that.
Am I wrong?
Yes, as a matter of fact. When I stand at my window and look out over my town, here's what I see. I see decent, loyal, hard-working people. I see a family. We are all part of the Spacer's Choice family. We are all doing what we were brought into this world to do.
So you're loyal to Spacer's Choice then? Not yourself? Not anything else?
This is a Spacer's Choice town. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family here. The company keeps us warm, keeps us fed, keeps us working. Loyalty's got nothing to do with it, friend. This is good old-fashioned gratitude.
Alright, let me ask you something.
Go ahead.
What am I asking? What makes you think I can convince those deserters to come back?
That you are not one of us may work to your advantage. Adelaide and her folk loathe the people of Edgewater, you see. I admit the fault was mine. I'm about as diplomatic as a bristling canid. I just hope Adelaide and her folk will see their way past my flaws and return to town.
You know, man, don't blame yourself.
I must. The burden of leadership is responsibility. If my workers walked out on Edgewater, then I have failed them. Yes, we have lost good workers to desertion. We have lost even more to plague. But it is why we must square our shoulders and carry on.
He actually doesn't seem like
Go ahead.
too bad of a leader. If you expect me to talk to Ayla in person, I could use a little information.
Adelaide was our only flavor specialist. We are a Saltuna canning institution. Saltuna without flavor is like a cysty pig without tumors, borderline inedible.
Sounds gross, bro.
Begging your pardon, Saltuna is a staple in the diet of any self-respecting spacer. Were it up to me, friend, I'd stack our larders with Saltuna galore. No other brand of Saltuna adds as much vim or vigor to the body's humors. But, and this is something we must keep between the two of us, Saltuna is hard to come by, what with being a species indigenous to the seas of another world.
So what are you even canning here then?
Oh, we've scavenged together some organic material from the surrounding environs. Mostly organic, mostly local mushrooms. Some of which possess a texture akin to a well-boiled slab of Saltuna. The difference is all but impossible to detect to any but the prissiest of palate. Go ahead.
We need to have a word about the plague.
Can we not? Talking about unpleasant things always gets my bile up.
So you withhold medicine from your own workers?
If I had enough medicine to treat everyone who fell sick, I would, but I don't. I can't save everyone. So I have to choose.
Can't be easy, man.
It is not easy for me. And the moment it becomes easy is the moment I am no longer fit to serve. Spacer's Choice is a family, and the survival of the family is more important than the survival of the individual.
And how long has this plague been going on?
That I cannot say. There was no moment when the plagues began. Disease always lurks on the fringes of society, waiting to infect the idle and the lethargic. But in the last 10 years, the plagues have become progressively worse and increasingly frequent.
You should have had developed an immunity after repeated exposure to a single strain of Kintogen.
Corporate doesn't like us using the word should. It encourages the imagination. I believe plague is a test. It is a test of our loyalty and our fortitude, and it is one we will see through to the end.
Good day, Reed. Alright, everybody. We are going to go here, save the game. Thank you, everybody, for watching. That was part 1 of Spacer's Choice Outer Worlds. See you in the next one, where we start to do some damn quests.